I think I've still got this on a 7-inch somewhere, which I actually used to DJ out on, so it's like knackered and scratched and covered in stuff. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for being part of the show. I'll be back on Monday for the final week of this Big Twix show before Scott starts. So I'll see you Monday from 2. My guest on Monday, Priscilla Presley, OMG, Be Still My Beating Heart. Anita's on the way next on All Request Friday. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you Monday. This is the wrong thing to play. No, I pressed the wrong thing. This is what I wanted. Anyway, this is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 5 o'clock, this is Mike Powell. Penny Mordaunt becomes the first senior Conservative to launch a bid for the party leadership. A Labour MP resigns after sexual misconduct allegations are upheld. And one of the biggest names in women's tennis is facing a doping ban. Penny Mordaunt has become the first declared candidate to succeed Liz Truss as Conservative Party leader and Prime Minister. In a statement on Twitter, she said she wanted to unite the country, deliver her party's pledges and win the next general election. She, along with all other candidates, will have to secure 100 nominations by 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon in order to make it onto the ballot. The backbencher John Lamont, who declared his support for Penny Mordaunt earlier today, says she has the experience needed to govern the country.
Penny has a wealth of experience. I think she's been a minister in 8 different departments and roles. That's clearly given her experience across all parts of government. But critically, I think she has the capacity not only to bring the Conservative Party together and the government, but to unite the whole country.
The former Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, is expected to gain enough support and is the favourite among the bookmakers. The Defence Secretary, Ben Wallace, has ruled himself out of the race and says he's leaning towards Boris Johnson. Another of the former Prime Minister's supporters is the MP for Peterborough, Paul Bristow.
We are facing a crisis as a party. We could go down and be completely wiped out without Boris Johnson as our Prime Minister. That 2019 manifesto was incredibly popular. That's what's got the mandate. Boris Johnson has a mandate from the members of the party and from the electorate.
But the chair of Telford Conservative Association, Tamara Wood, says neither man deserves the chance to run again.
Boris Johnson was removed. He resigned in the end, but it was very clear he did not have the confidence. It was very clear the membership did not have the confidence in Rishi. He has recently been rejected by the membership. I would not like to see either of those two, even with the opportunity at this point, because they have both failed.
The leader of Plaid Cymru, Adam Price, has joined calls from opposition parties for a general election. He said the Conservatives had no mandate or credibility left. But in a speech to his party conference in Llandudno, he said he wanted to focus on what Plaid had achieved under a cooperation agreement with Labour in the Senate.
Wales only truly wins when Plaid Cymru is a player on the pitch. Those free school meals delivered by Plaid Cymru. Free childcare for 2-year-olds delivered by Plaid Cymru. Radical reform to the housing market delivered by Plaid Cymru. And greater protections for the Welsh family farm negotiated by Plaid Cymru.
The Labour MP Christian Matheson has resigned after the parliamentary watchdog upheld complaints of serious sexual misconduct. Mr Matheson was facing a 4-week suspension and had been asked by Labour to stand down from his seat in Chester. The BBC's reporter in the region, Andy Gill, has been following the story.
He said in a statement on his website they accepted he committed a minor breach of the Standards Code, but he's dismayed that he's been found guilty of several allegations which he says he knows to be untrue. He says that the penalty is excessive and unfair, but he can't challenge the process further, and he says the honourable and right thing to do now is to resign his seat.
Donald Trump's former aide, Steve Bannon, has been sentenced to 4 months in jail for refusing to testify to the congressional probe into the 6th of January attack on the US Capitol. He's been allowed to remain free while he appeals against the sentence. The two-time Grand Slam champion Simona Halep has been provisionally suspended from competitive tennis after testing positive for a banned substance. The former world number one returned a positive sample after the US Open earlier this year. Halep has described it as the biggest shock of her life. Jane Dougal reports.
On her social media channels, Simona Halep wrote that today begins the hardest match of her life, a fight for the truth. The Romanian tested positive for the banned substance roxadustat after going out in the first round of the US Open earlier this year. The anti-anemia drug is on the World Anti-Doping Banned list as it allows the body to take in more oxygen, which can help with endurance. The International Tennis Integrity Agency confirmed that both samples from the player had tested positive and that Halep had been provisionally suspended from any sanctioned tennis events.
The weather tonight, the southern half of the UK will gradually become largely dry with long clear spells. The north will stay cloudy with scattered, sometimes heavy showers, but the winds will decrease. Temperatures falling to between 11 and 15 Celsius. BBC News, it's 5:05.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, OJ.
All Request Friday with Anita Rani.
Yes, good work, OJ. Bringing in the rave for the last half an hour. Got us in the mood. It's Anita Rani here. The last time this week, in for Sarah. What a week it's been, eh? One heck of a week. But we have made it to Friday. And you know what? All that matters for the next 2 hours is that it is All Request Friday. My top priority in life right now is you. That's it. Your shout-outs, your musical requests, and that's all I have to do is serve the tunes just for you. So get in touch. 88291 is the number to text for your shout-outs. You can email anita.rani@bbc.co.uk, or if you fancy, drop me a WhatsApp. 08000 288 291.